This is Facebook Marketplace. This is $10,000. Today, we're going to try to find the coolest car that we can for $10,000 or less. So unless you've been living under a rock for the last 10 years, you know Facebook Marketplace is a great place to find cool cars. And today we're going to be doing just that. So a little over a year ago, I decided it was time to part ways with my project car from college. It was my 1982 Dodge van, full custom interior, lots of body work done to it. Pretty much I just kind of fell out of interest with it. Pretty much did everything that I wanted to with it and made all the memories and stuff that I could. So decided it was better to part ways with it because I wasn't really using it much. And while I don't really miss it, I do miss having a second car. And I figured it would be a good chance to add something to the bucket list, something that I haven't owned before. Pretty much the challenge today is try to find the coolest car that I can for $10,000 or less. So I wanted to start off with some honorable mentions because there's actually a couple really cool cars on here. But like I said, I'm not looking for a truck. I've actually already owned a 1980s era Dodge, so once again, I don't really want to buy this, but it's super cool for $5,000. V8, 4-speed on the floor. If you didn't know, that's a 5.2 318 small block. Runs, let's put the audio for that. Sounds pretty sweet. You can see right there, there's a little bit of rust on there, but honestly, that's not too bad. You could probably patch that up if you're willing to take on a project with some body work in mind. Like I said, since I've already had a Dodge, mine was significantly worse than that, and the frame and the chassis and everything was shockingly clean on it, considering. So this is a cool project here. If I didn't already have a 1980s Dodge, and I also didn't already have a 4x4 with 2 doors, I'd probably be going out to pick this up. Super cool. Next honorable mention, this is actually right down the street from me, West Sable, New York. Pretty nice looking 95 Mustang. It's not a Cobra. That's a bumper swap right there. Lots of fake Cobras on the internet too. Also, he's got the fender badges on it. It's not a real Cobra. I asked him already. He says it's just a body kit. Reason this is an honorable mention is because it has a built engine. Lots of cool performance parts on it. Actually, first car of the day that we're going to be looking at is this 95 Camaro Z28. There's just over 70k miles on it, a 6-speed car. If you didn't know, these have an LT1 in it until 97, and then 98 was the first year of the LS1s. I'm not super crazy about how it looks because I really prefer the SS styling on it. Next thing I'm looking at, this right-hand drive Toyota HILUX. And if you're wondering why I'm looking at some things, $13,000. I think a lot of these cars, 10k is a fair offer. This thing is super cool. Has a 1JZ swapped into it. Right-hand drive. This is probably the coolest vehicle that I found. There's really a huge intercooler right there. Final thing I'm mentioning here is this is actually owned by the same person who has the HILUX, right-hand drive BMW. There's not really, I mean, it's a classic Euro car. I guess that in itself makes it really cool, but it's right-hand drive. And I kind of want a right-hand drive import. I think that's really cool. So I think this thing's a 4-cylinder, 318. I don't know how much power they make. Not a lot, I'd imagine, but small, light car. So it's time to actually go look at some cars. We're checking out the Camaro first. Just waiting on some people to actually come out. These guys take forever.
I think it's recording. All right, what do you want? Oh,
what's up, guys? We went to go check out the white. What Camaro was it?
The Z28. So we just finished looking at the white Z28. The headliner was gone. There was mold in the car. It was disgusting.
Tires rotted out.
Paint peeling.
Floors.
And when we asked the guy, is there anything wrong with it? He's like, no.
It's probably like a $6,000 car because it did run and drive.
There was probably like about this much, like an entire inch of trim gone where water was just getting straight into the car. And Chris specifically asked,
I would buy one of those. That's right-hand drive.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
It was a water fest.
If Chris specifically asked the guy if there's water getting into the car, and the guy says with a straight face, no water getting into the car, and we're just like, yeah, right.
Yeah, it was disgusing.
Oh, she lied on the ad. He didn't show it. He didn't show the roof on the ad.
All right, on to the next one. We'll be back with more updates.
This one getting good. Nice. It's perfect.
It's so ridiculous.
So this morning I was wondering if you could buy a cool car on Long Island for $10,000. And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. This is my new right-hand drive, 1JZ swapped Toyota HILUX. No rust on the chassis. Okay paint. Drives. Maybe making some videos with this thing. Right next to the Jeep.
This is absurd.
I love the brakes.
Alright, now I know why you see people with like Honda driving like that. That's the only way.
Oh, what, like, That's real? That's real carbon fiber? Oh, yeah. Oh, carbon wizard. Whatever that means. Oh, there's no
carbon fiber.
Is it?
So, yeah,
They use the floor jack in this. Oh, wait, let's see.
No, it is.
I think they use the floor jack to hold it up, so we'll just hold it.
Timer on it. 1JZ. Ridiculous. It doesn't really look out of place next to an abandoned Vanagon.
No,
It really doesn't. So Drew, what do you think about the HILUX?
honestly, it's
twin-turbo?
pretty sick. I don't like JDM usually, but it's a cool toy. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Very unique. How many people watching this would think that he would get something like that for $10,000? Zero.
If you knew me that well, it probably wouldn't be that surprising. I'm not a fanboy. I have a feeling this is something that I'll probably get to drive like 2,000 miles before something really catastrophic happens to it.
Probably.
And then I end up selling it for like $5,000. But...
I'll do the Jeep. I mean, that wasn't catastrophic though.
So Kurt,
It's pretty sick, man.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how ridiculous?
Ridiculous? 10.
Yeah, maximum. So I need to go get New York plates for this thing.
What's this turbo timer thing? What is this?
Oh, that's probably what runs the fan afterward.
Oh.
Alright, so about to do some day one wrenching on my HILUX. Gotta change the battery out. Bad battery. Thankfully my dad had a spare battery lying around, so let's do that. I actually just got insurance on this thing. So they were willing to match my policy. It's only $70 a month for full coverage on it. Collision, comp, theft, whatever, literally everything. So, no, it's not too bad for a second car. New batteries in, no jump pack. Let's see if it starts up. First impressions, actually having to put a key in. Kind of a bummer. Starts right up. This thing is so cool. Can't wait to get plates. Go for a ride. So that pretty much wraps up the video. As you can see, I ended up getting a car that I do think is really cool, and I was able to get it for 10 grand. Now, I will say, project car like that, much more money to come. So tires, miscellaneous stuff, probably a few grand more. I think if you were talking about getting like a turnkey, new tires, fresh fluids and everything, you'd have a hard time. But just looking for a cool project car, something fun, you can get it under 10. And yeah, I guess just be on the lookout for deals. I will say one thing that was really different compared to how I usually have bought cars in the past. Usually I set off with a specific car that I want rather than a specific budget. And there's a lot of freedom and flexibility in just being like, I want something cool and see what's available, rather than saying, I really want a 4th gen Camaro, I want to drive to Connecticut and get it. Just look and see what's around. You might be surprised by what's available. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more HILUX videos. Hopefully gonna make a whole bunch coming up soon. And that's it for now.